What's going on, guys? Bankroller Games here with more Armored Core 6, and last episode when we left off we managed to complete chapter 1 again and took down Boltius again, which is probably one of my favourite bosses in the game, but it did go a lot better than the first time we fought him, so I recommend going back and watching that if you haven't seen it, because it was quite cool to see the difference between the first time we fought him, where it was very tough, and last time we fought him at the end of last episode, where he went down much more easily. But this episode, what we're going to do is just carry on playing through chapter 2, seeing if this New Game Plus journey has any changes in store for us. And the next mission we're going to be doing is Infiltrate Grid 086, which is probably one of my favourite missions of the game. It was a really cool start to chapter 2. It was quite a long mission as well, and it had plenty of challenge. So it'd be good to replay this one, because it's one that I've definitely replayed a few times just in my spare time. But in terms of our build for this mission, we're going to be using a new build that I cooked up between episodes, and in our arm slots we've got 2 needle launchers. They don't have the most amount of ammo, and their magazine capacity is only 5, so hopefully it should still do well in this mission and we won't run out of ammo, but there are plenty of checkpoints, so if we need to restart because we've run out of ammo, I'm more than happy to do that. But then in our back slots we've got 2 drone launchers, and this is, well, 2 orbit exceeds. This is mainly because I was feeling a bit nostalgic, and I remember orbit exceeds in Armored Core 3 when they're being introduced was a really effective way to change up your build. I remember using hover legs and the first orbit exceed core that you get and absolutely smashing through the start of the game. Very fun way to play, very fast. So sort of, like I said, feeling a bit nostalgic for that, so I thought I'd try out using the orbit drones in this game, seeing how they compare. And you might notice our body parts, we're using the parts that we unlocked from defeating Handler Water at the end of our last playthrough, just because I wanted to show them off, and they do look pretty cool as well.
Let me handle it.
There are quite a few targets that we need to worry about in this mission, so hopefully they shouldn't pose too much of a challenge with our experience now.
Creating backdoor into system. Deactivating lock on vertical catapult. Connecting steam cylinders. Launching.
And you might notice as well we've got coral-based generator, just because we haven't really used it throughout the playthrough, and also to fit the theme of using Handler Water's parts, because he had a coral-based generator and a lot of coral-based weapons. But it gives us those nice red flames there.
The elevator going to the upper level.
I was hoping to stagger him with a kick there so he couldn't get out that chainsaw attack. The build seems to be working pretty well so far. The needle launchers seem to do quite good direct hit damage. We'll have to see how they do against probably one of the toughest encounters of the mission.
Let's take her up on the offer, Raven. On the offer, Raven.
So managed to take down one of those tetrapods relatively easily. You can tell as well with our assault armour, our coral-based generator, our assault armour glows red, which is pretty cool. Tetrapod did a lot better against us. Not quite sure what caused our drones to go in there. But yeah, it's probably the most difficult encounter of the mission. Just going through and killing all the targets that had combat logs on them for us to collect the first time we played through the mission, just in case there has been anything added to the encounters. Completely messed up there. It does seem like our drones are very effective at taking out all these smaller targets for us.
Kept us waiting, tourists. Told you we love a good party.
Got to make sure to keep our arm weapons reloaded though. Then if you remember here, there was a hidden chest with a part in it for us. I've no idea how good this build is going to be up against the final boss of this mission, actually thinking about it. Saying that, I did forget to point out this mission when I played through it. Is in this tube. There's a AC hidden there. That has a log on him, and you can collect that. You will take a little bit of damage from the lava, which is why I'm not going in there. But the AC battle that we'll do in a second, you'll note they say about owing money to someone, and that guy in the lava tube seems to be the guy that was the debt collector.
I've got you now.
Affiliation. Independent mercenary.
I don't know you a damn thing. You've made a big mistake coming here.
I think he was expecting someone else.
You gotta put that shit to work. Every last credit.
So along with the hidden AC fight, there's another
Let's move on.
hidden part here. And these needle launchers seems to be doing a lot of damage against all these targets. Not quite sure if we'll have enough ammo to last the mission though. Then down here, I'm not going to do it just because of our ammo, but there is another hidden part in that chest, but there's some enemies waiting in ambush for us down there as well.
Can't get your help these days, can you? Would have been cheaper to just hire you instead.
So along here there are a couple of enemies that had combat logs on them for us first time we played through the mission. No idea where that was coming from. The needle launcher seems to do a lot of stagger damage, which is quite useful.
Right-hand ammunition at 50%.
And here, if you remember, there was another hidden part chest for us. Yeah, if we come to here, there's a lot of enemies waiting for us. But if we have the range, we can shoot these tanks,
Notice the fireworks I left for you.
and they get rid of the enemies for us
Aren't you?
and do a bit of damage
Left-hand
to the
ammunition
Tetrapod
at
MT as well.
50%.
I think this is quite a good combo based on that. Let's just hope we have enough ammo. Saying that there's a resupply point coming up. Let's hope we can take down the boss. Another really fun boss as well. You can definitely see why they showed it off before release. I did forget to mention that the lady talking to us the entire way through this mission on the speaker is the Cinder Carla character, who was talking to Hannah Walter, and it sounded like they had a bit of a history with each other. So again, very important to the story.
Too bad. Goodbye.
Certainly living up to their reputation. It's some kind of autonomous demolition mech. Rather well. Those grinder arms can easily destroy what they see. Be careful.
Not doing too bad for damage,
Repair kits remaining.
Nice.
but you definitely do need to worry about those arms.
But the cleaner's going to have the last laugh.
So it seems like any time you get staggered like that, the drones go back in. Quite rare for them to do those two
Repair
slam
kit
attacks
remaining.
after each other. And after your drones go back in, where you get staggered, it doesn't seem like there's actually any cooldown before you're able to put them back out. But obviously you do need to worry about them overheating. Actually quite surprised with how well this build worked for this mission. I was expecting ammo to be a much bigger issue, and I wasn't expecting the drones to be as powerful as they were. Seems very effective in both support and also just dealing good damage to a target while our needle launchers are reloading, because they do only have a small magazine.
I guess playing nice is a smart choice here.
Not quite sure about the generator, but I think I'll leave it on there just to sort of fit the theme with the build.
Guided tour from Cinder Carla.
I think it actually looks really quite cool. Drones on the back. And the helmet looks awesome as well. Very similar to White Glint in Armored Core 4 Answer. But yeah, very happy to replay that mission. Like I say, it's probably one of my favourite missions of the game. A good mix of defeating smaller MT type enemies and then the tougher challenges like the double tetrapod MTs. They're very, very tough. That's a very tough fight. Then obviously you've got the tetrapod towards the end of the mission and the hidden AC battle and then the final boss. I just think it's a really, really well designed mission with a lot of fun encounters in it. Did really quite well that mission. It does have good payout. You can see bonus pay is very, very high, but I think that's due to taking down all the targets. Our repair costs and ammunition costs are quite high, but I'm not too worried about that because we still got a really good chunky reward.
No new method.
Raven, we've received a job. This could just be another butt. After the impression you left, let's take a look at the briefing.
So it's just highlighting the fact that the next mission that we get to do is from the lady that's in charge of the faction we were just fighting against, and yeah, she's now coming to us with a mission, the Syndicala character. So that'll be the next thing that we do. Again, just going to skip the briefing because we've already seen it. Seeing as we're going to be facing a few enemies in quite close range, going to be moving over to our energy shotgun build. Just again, it's quite a fun playstyle, and as long as there aren't any targets that are too tough to take down, they go down with not too much trouble with this build.
Activating combat mode.
Let's get rolling, tourist. Get out there and bag me some coyotes.
They're already moving in, right?
Really cool soundtrack to this mission as well.
Hey! We got an AC! I've never seen one like that before. Must have got a sweet deal from Carla.
Send in the punchers and kickers!
Custom MTs made by our own engineers. When did those hit the black market?
They look like lost items with enhanced firepower and maneuverability.
These guys seem a lot more aggressive than last time I did this mission.
Wasn't part of the plan!
Can't stand the sound of a whiny coyote. Finish him off, tourist. Clean as a whistle. Moving on, tourist.
Enemies detected. I'll mark their
But they should still
location.
go down with not too much trouble.
Figured you could handle this on your own. So I called off my MTs. About time we got some maintenance in.
Ugh, fellas, we got company!
And it ain't dumbass Rummy. That one of RAD's newbies.
We'll blow the sky high!
This one is on you for taking out Rummy. You kept watch at least.
Confirmed. Coyote force eliminated.
Something to note as well with the Moonlight Blade, it does have,
Looks like
it
it's
did
over.
get a little bit of a buff, and it does
Guess I was meant
have
to pick you for the job.
improved cooling,
And now,
so you should be able to move
it's
it more
my
often.
turn to help you.
And I think the damage of the charged attack, the big wide wave that you can do, got a little bit of a buff as well. So people that are lovers of the Moonlight Blade, you should be able to get a little bit more use out of it now. Quite a short mission, that one, very enjoyable. I think the AI got changed up a little bit. The enemy seemed to be quite a lot more aggressive than the first time we played the mission, but hopefully that should provide you with a little bit more of a challenge first time you play through it, which is cool.
Guess you noticed that job from Balaam. I see you're heading for the cargo launcher now. Keep heading for the ice field.
So again, this is just alluding to the fact that we're finding a way to get to a different area to follow the coral. And that will be the end of chapter 2, so we'll leave that for the next episode. But what we'll do instead is some of the new arena opponents, and then after that we'll see how many OS tuning chips we've got and see if it's worth us getting some more upgrades. You can see the reward for this character is much higher, and again they seem to be related to all mines. But it just mentions their training program that we also took part in throughout the game, and it's a good way to get a couple of free parts. So going to be taking this guy on, and I think just because I want to see how the needle launchers do in the arena, we'll be using our somewhat hand the water build. Hopefully we unlock the coral weapons that he was using at some point in the game, and then we can make a full-on proper hand the water build. Especially that beam weapon that did a ridiculous amount of damage. That'd be awesome.
Integration program, Alpha 2. The next sample is the trainer AC. This will be integrated into Mind Alpha. Commencing analysis.
A lot of talks of integration there.
Activating combat mode.
It's not quite sure what Allmind's plan is, but with the AC game's history of AI, I doubt it's anything good. Finished him off with a nice kick to the face there.
Target destroyed.
It's quite interesting that these guys aren't using any assault armor type abilities or pulse armor or anything like that, which they were using towards the end of the previous list of arena opponents. But yeah, that guy went down with not too much trouble, so happy with that. 27 seconds. And get the usual rewards as well. So I'm going to have a quick look in OS tuning, see if there's anything worth us getting. Some people have said quick turn is quite useful, and you can combine it with assault boosting, so you can do like 90-degree turns while assault boosting, but it does use a lot of your energy. But I'm not too worried about it, because turning speed in the game, if you keep your positioning right, doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. Upgrade our assault armor, just because it is something that I like using, especially with how lackluster it was in Full Answer. It's nice to see it actually be quite powerful in this game. And then, seeing as there's quite a few more arena opponents, we may as well work towards getting our other damage upgrades. And seeing as it gives us a nice total and brings us down to 0 tuning chips, may as well get a bit of damage resistance as well. Hopefully should come in handy with some of the bosses that we'll be facing. And then I think the next thing we'll work towards is getting all our damage fully upgraded, just because it helps against any target for any of our builds really. But I'm going to wrap this episode up here, and next episode we'll do the ocean crossing mission. I don't know if this mission's been changed up either, but it does end with a very, very cool boss fight that gave us quite a lot of trouble last time we fought him, but now we know his moves and we know what works well against him. We should be able to take him down much more easily. So I'll probably use a very similar build to what I did last time, just because it did work, and the consensus online that I've seen is still that he's quite a difficult opponent if you're not using the right build. So yeah, looking forward to taking that guy on again. Hopefully again he goes down much more easily than we did the first time we faced him. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll have to see if there's any changes waiting for us in the next chapter, because there hasn't seemed to be many in this playthrough so far, just a couple at the start of the playthrough. So looking forward to seeing what the rest of this playthrough has in store for us as well. But like I said, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far, and can't wait to see what it has in store for us. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.